Question 1. What is the purpose of the Magna Carta? A. To declare war on France. B. To establish parliamentary democracy. C. To limit the king's powers and protect the rights of the nobility. D. To abolish the monarchy. Answer. C. To limit the king's powers and protect the rights of the nobility. The Magna Carta was created in 1215 to place restrictions on the monarch's powers and safeguard the rights, establishing fundamental principles of justice. Question 2. Which monarch established the Church of England? A. Queen Victoria. B. King Henry VIII. C. King James I. D. Queen Elizabeth I. Answer. B. King Henry VIII. The Church of England was established by King Henry VIII in 1534 after his break with the Roman Catholic Church, primarily over issues regarding his marriage. Question 3. What event is Guy Fawkes Night commemorating? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The restoration of the monarchy. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. D. The signing of the Magna Carta. Answer. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes Night commemorates the foiling of the Gunpowder Plot, an attempt by Guy Fawkes and other conspirators to blow up the House of Lords in 1605. Question 4. What is the significance of the Battle of Hastings? A. It marked the beginning of French rule in England. B. It was the final battle of the English Civil War. C. It resulted in the Norman conquest of England in 1066. D. It was a key victory in the Wars of the Roses. Answer. C. It resulted in the Norman conquest of England in 1066. The Battle of Hastings, where William the Conqueror defeated King Harold II, was a pivotal moment that led to Norman control over England. Question 5. Who was the Prime Minister during World War II? A. Clement Attlee. B. Winston Churchill. C. Neville Chamberlain. D. Harold Wilson. Answer. B. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill served as the British Prime Minister during most of World War II and is famed for his leadership during that critical period. Question 6. What are the main principles outlined in the Magna Carta? A. The establishment of the Church of England. B. The rights of the Church, protections for the nobility, and the principle of due process. C. The principles of modern democracy. D. The guidelines for colonial expansion. Answer. B. The rights of the Church, protections for the nobility, and the principle of due process. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, primarily established the rights of the Church, protections for the nobility from illegal imprisonment, and upheld the principle of due process. Question 7. Describe the main causes of the English Civil War. A. Disagreements over religious freedoms. B. Economic disputes between the aristocracy and the peasantry. C. Power struggles between the monarchy and parliament and issues of religious freedoms. D. A foreign invasion by France. Answer. C. Power struggles between the monarchy and parliament and issues of religious freedoms. The English Civil War was largely caused by power disputes between King Charles I and Parliament, compounded by conflicts over religious freedoms. Question 8. What was the outcome of the 1707 Acts of Union? A. The formal union of England and Scotland into Great Britain. B. The separation of Ireland from Great Britain. C. The establishment of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. D. The dissolution of the Scottish Parliament. Answer: A. The formal union of England and Scotland into Great Britain. The Acts of Union 1707 resulted in the merger of the English and Scottish parliaments, creating the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 9. What is the doctrine of the separation of powers? A. A system where the powers of the monarch are absolute. B. The division of government roles into legislative, executive, and judiciary. C. A political theory that all powers should be held by the Parliament. D. The separation of church and state. Answer: B. The division of government roles into legislative, executive, and judiciary. The doctrine of the separation of powers is a model for the governance of a state, dividing the state into branches with separate and independent powers and areas of responsibility. Question 10. How does the UK parliamentary system work? A. The monarch has absolute power over Parliament. B. The Parliament consists only of the House of Lords. C. It is a bicameral system comprising the House of Commons and the House of Lords. D. The Parliament is an advisory body only. Answer: C. It is a bicameral system comprising the House of Commons and the House of Lords. The UK Parliament operates under a bicameral system where the House of Commons holds primary legislative power and the House of Lords acts as a revising chamber. Question 11. What is the role of the monarchy in modern Britain? A. To govern the country directly. B. To provide daily political leadership. C. Largely ceremonial, with no direct role in government. D. To command the military forces. Answer: C. Largely ceremonial, with no direct role in government. In modern Britain, the monarchy's role is primarily ceremonial and symbolic, without direct involvement in daily governance. Question 12. Who has the right to vote in general elections? A. All residents of the UK. B. British citizens qualifying Commonwealth citizens and residents of British overseas territories. C. Only the nobility and landowners. D. Members of the House of Lords. Answer: B. British citizens qualifying Commonwealth citizens and residents of British overseas territories. These groups are eligible to vote in general elections, provided they meet certain residency and registration criteria. Question 13. What are the responsibilities of the Home Secretary? A. To manage foreign affairs. B. To oversee the country's finances. C. To oversee domestic security and immigration. D. To handle health services. Answer: C. To oversee domestic security and immigration. The Home Secretary is responsible for internal affairs in England and Wales, including immigration, security, and policing. Question 14. What does the term suffrage mean? A. The right to vote in public elections. B. The suffering of the general public under oppressive government. C. A legal term for judicial decisions. D. The support for government policies. Answer: A. The right to vote in public elections. Suffrage refers to the right to vote in political elections, a fundamental aspect of democratic governance. Question 15. What is devolution in the context of UK governance? A. The transfer of power from lower to higher levels of government. B. The process of dissolving the Parliament. C. The transfer of certain powers from the UK Parliament to devolved governments. D. The centralisation of political power in London. Answer: C. The transfer of certain powers from the UK Parliament to devolved governments. Devolution in the UK involves the granting of powers from the Central Parliament to assemblies in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Question 16. What is the significance of the Commonwealth? A. It is a political union for shared governance. B. It represents the UK's continued dominance over former colonies. C. It is a voluntary association of 54 independent countries. D. It is primarily an economic union. Answer: C. It is a voluntary association of 54 independent countries. The Commonwealth signifies a commitment to shared values and mutual cooperation among its member states, many of which are former territories of the British Empire. Question 17. Who are the members of the British Cabinet? A. Members selected only from the House of Lords. B. Senior members of the government appointed by the Prime Minister. C. Representatives from the opposition parties. D. Elected members of the public. Answer: B. Senior members of the government appointed by the Prime Minister. The British Cabinet consists of the top officials, usually senior members of the governing party or coalition, chosen by the Prime Minister to head various government departments. Question 18. What role does the Prime Minister play in government? A. Head of State. B. Ceremonial Overseer. C. Head of the UK Government. D. Judicial Authority. Answer: C. Head of the UK Government. The Prime Minister is the head of the UK Government, responsible for overseeing the operation of the government and the execution of policy, along with commanding the confidence of the House of Commons. Question 19. What is the function of the House of Commons? A. To serve as the judicial branch of government. B. To serve as a consultative body. C. The primary legislative body in the UK. D. To manage the UK's foreign affairs. Answer: C. The primary legislative body in the UK. The House of Commons is responsible for making and passing legislation, and its members are directly elected by the public. Question 20. What is the purpose of the House of Lords? A. To serve as the primary legislative body. B. To provide a check on the House of Commons through revision and scrutiny of bills. C. To elect the Prime Minister. D. To represent the European Union. Answer: B. To provide a check on the House of Commons through revision and scrutiny of bills. The House of Lords acts as a revising chamber, reviewing legislation passed by the House of Commons and providing expertise to refine and suggest amendments. Question 21. How is the UK involved in international organisations? A. The UK participates as an observer only in all international organisations. B. The UK is a founding member of the United Nations and active in other international organisations. C. The UK has never participated in any international organisations. D. The UK is involved only in European organisations. Answer: B. The UK is a founding member of the United Nations and active in other international organisations. The UK plays a significant role in various international organisations, contributing to global diplomacy, economic development, and security initiatives. Question 22. What are the legal systems in the UK? A. A single legal system applies uniformly across the whole UK. B. Distinct legal systems for England and Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. C. Only the European law applies. D. No formal legal system. Answer: B. Distinct legal systems for England and Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. The UK has 3 separate legal systems, one each for England and Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, each with its own courts and laws. Question 23. What is the importance of the rule of law? A. It signifies the absolute power of the monarchy. B. It provides a framework for royal decrees. C. It ensures that all people and institutions are accountable to lawfully enacted laws. D. It applies only to members of the government. Answer: C. It ensures that all people and institutions are accountable to lawfully enacted laws. The rule of law is a fundamental principle in the UK, ensuring that no one is above the law and that laws are applied equally and fairly. Question 24. What are some traditional British foods? A. Pizza, sushi and tacos. B. Fish and chips, roast beef, Yorkshire pudding. C. Pasta and meatballs. D. Tacos and burritos. Answer: B. Fish and chips, roast beef, Yorkshire pudding. Traditional British foods include hearty dishes like fish and chips, roast beef, and Yorkshire pudding, reflecting the UK's culinary heritage. Question 25. What is the National Health Service, NHS? A. A private healthcare provider. B. A health insurance company. C. The publicly funded healthcare system of the UK. D. A government consultancy on health. Answer: C. The publicly funded healthcare system of the UK. The NHS provides healthcare services funded through taxation to all UK residents, emphasising comprehensive, universal coverage. Question 26. What are the main political parties in the UK? A. Only the Conservative Party. B. Conservative, Labour, Liberal Democrats, among others. C. Only the Labour Party. D. Non-political parties. Answer: B. Conservative, Labour, Liberal Democrats, among others. The UK has multiple political parties, with the Conservative, Labour and Liberal Democrats being among the most prominent, representing a range of political perspectives. Question 27. What is the significance of the welfare state? A. It emphasises the reduction of government spending. B. It supports only the wealthy. C. It is designed to provide education, healthcare, and social security. D. It exists only in theory. Answer: C. It is designed to provide education, healthcare, and social security. The welfare state in the UK is fundamental in providing key social services and support to all citizens, ensuring that everyone has access to essential services regardless of income. Question 28. Who was William Wilberforce and what is he known for? A. A British king. B. A military general. C. An advocate for the abolition of the slave trade. D. A famous British artist. Answer: C. An advocate for the abolition of the slave trade. William Wilberforce was a prominent British politician and leader of the movement to abolish the slave trade, a cause he dedicated much of his life to achieving. Question 29. How did the Industrial Revolution affect Britain? A. It led to a decline in industrial activity. B. It had no significant impact. C. It transformed Britain into an industrial leader and innovated production methods. D. It isolated Britain from Europe. Answer: C. It transformed Britain into an industrial leader and innovated production methods. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain and profoundly changed its society, economy, and position in the world by leading industrialization and technological innovation. Question 30. What is Britain's role in the creation of the United Nations? A. Britain opposed the formation of the United Nations. B. Britain was an observer during the creation. C. Britain was a founding member and instrumental in its establishment. D. Britain joined only after it was formed. Answer C. Britain was a founding member and instrumental in its establishment. The UK played a crucial role in the creation of the United Nations, promoting international cooperation and peace following World War II. Question 31. What was the impact of the British Empire on the world? A. It had little to no impact. B. It contributed to cultural exchange, colonization, and the spread of language and legal systems. C. It was solely negative. D. It promoted global peace throughout its existence. Answer. B. It contributed to cultural exchange, colonization, and the spread of language and legal systems. The British Empire had a profound impact globally, influencing territories through colonization and leaving a legacy in language, culture, law, and administrative systems. Question 32. Who are the Picts? A. A political party in the UK. B. Ancient inhabitants of what is now modern Scotland. C. Inventors of the English language. D. The founders of the British Empire. Answer. B. Ancient inhabitants of what is now modern Scotland. The Picts were a group of tribal people who lived in what is now Scotland during the late Iron Age and early medieval periods, known for their distinctive artwork and role in the early history of Scotland. Question 33. What landmark document did Winston Churchill contribute to? A. The Magna Carta. B. The Atlantic Charter. C. The Constitution of the UK. D. The Treaty of Versailles. Answer. B. The Atlantic Charter. Winston Churchill, along with Franklin D. Roosevelt, drafted the Atlantic Charter in 1941, outlining their goals for the post-war world, including the principles of self-determination and economic cooperation. Question 34. What are the British values according to current government guidelines? A. Monarchy, aristocracy, and imperialism. B. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, and mutual respect and tolerance for those with different faiths and beliefs. C. Wealth accumulation and global dominance. D. Military prowess and expansion. Answer. B. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, and mutual respect and tolerance for those with different faiths and beliefs. British values include democracy, rule of law, individual liberty, and respect for different cultures and religions, which are emphasized in schools and public life. Question 35. What event marked the beginning of the English Reformation? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The Battle of Hastings. C. King Henry VIII's break with the Roman Catholic Church. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer. C. King Henry VIII's break with the Roman Catholic Church. The English Reformation began when King Henry VIII broke away from the Roman Catholic Church in the 1530s, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. Question 36. Who was the first woman to be elected as an MP in the UK? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. Nancy Astor. D. Emmeline Pankhurst. Answer. C. Nancy Astor. Nancy Astor was the first woman to sit as a Member of Parliament, MP, in the UK, taking her seat in 1919 in the House of Commons. Question 37. What are the Crown dependencies? A. Former colonies of the British Empire. B. Independent countries within the British Isles. C. Territories that are self-governing but under the sovereignty of the British Crown. D. Members of the European Union. Answer. C. Territories that are self-governing but under the sovereignty of the British Crown. The Crown dependencies include the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands, which are not part of the UK but rely on it for defence and international representation. Question 38. How does the education system work in the UK? A. Education is optional for all children. B. Education is compulsory for children from ages 5 to 18. C. Only private education is available. D. Education is not funded by the government. Answer B. Education is compulsory for children from ages 5 to 18. In the UK, children are required by law to be in education from the ages of 5 to 18, which can include state, private, or home education. Question 39. What is the significance of Shakespeare in British culture? A. He was a minor poet with little influence. B. He is considered the national poet of England and a key figure in English literature. C. He contributed to political reforms in the UK. D. He was the first monarch of England. Answer B. He is considered the national poet of England and a key figure in English literature. William Shakespeare is celebrated as one of the greatest writers in the English language and British literature, known for his profound impact on English literature and drama. Question 40. What sports are considered traditional in the UK? A. Basketball, baseball, and American football. B. Football, soccer, cricket, and rugby. C. Ice hockey and snowboarding. D. Sumo wrestling and martial arts. Answer B. Football, soccer, cricket, and rugby. Traditional British sports include football, which is widely followed and played, cricket and rugby, all of which have deep historical roots and significant cultural importance in the UK. Question 41. Describe the contributions of Isaac Newton. A. He was a key figure in the Renaissance arts movement. B. He developed theories in economics that influenced modern capitalism. C. He made foundational contributions to physics and mathematics, including the laws of motion and gravity. D. He was a leading politician in the UK Parliament. Answer C. He made foundational contributions to physics and mathematics, including the laws of motion and gravity. Sir Isaac Newton is renowned for his laws of motion and universal gravitation, which have been fundamental to the development of classical physics. Question 42. What is the main function of the police in the UK? A. To collect taxes. B. To enforce laws, ensure public safety, and maintain order. C. To legislate new laws. D. To act as judges in the court system. Answer B. To enforce laws, ensure public safety, and maintain order. The primary function of the police in the UK is to enforce the law, ensuring public safety, and maintaining order through various policing activities. Question 43. How does one become a British citizen? A. By living in the UK for at least 1 month. B. Through inheritance only. C. By applying through naturalization or registration, meeting specific residency and character requirements. D. All residents automatically become citizens. Answer C. By applying through naturalization or registration, meeting specific residency and character requirements. Becoming a British citizen usually involves a process of naturalization or registration, requiring applicants to meet certain residency, character, and knowledge of language and life in the UK criteria. Question 44. What is the significance of the Good Friday Agreement? A. It marked the beginning of the UK's participation in World War II. B. It established the Bank of England. C. It was a major peace agreement that helped to end the conflict in Northern Ireland. D. It outlined the terms for Scotland's independence. Answer: C. It was a major peace agreement that helped to end the conflict in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was pivotal in ending the decades-long sectarian conflict known as the Troubles by establishing a devolved government and creating new political structures. Question 45. Who is entitled to free NHS care? A. Only employed individuals paying taxes. B. Tourists visiting the UK. C. Ordinarily resident individuals in the UK. D. Only private healthcare subscribers. Answer: C. Ordinarily resident individuals in the UK. The National Health Service, NHS, provides free healthcare to individuals who are ordinarily resident in the UK, covering a wide range of treatments. Question 46. What is the UK's stance on environmental conservation? A. The UK has no specific policies on environmental conservation. B. The UK focuses on industrial growth with no regard for environmental impact. C. The UK actively engages in environmental conservation, including efforts to reduce carbon emissions and promote sustainability. D. Environmental conservation is managed by independent bodies with no government involvement. Answer: C. The UK actively engages in environmental conservation, including efforts to reduce carbon emissions and promote sustainability. The UK government has implemented various policies and regulations aimed at environmental conservation and promoting sustainable practices. Question 47. How often are general elections held in the UK? A. Every 10 years. B. Every 5 years. C. Every year. D. Whenever the monarch decides. Answer: B. Every 5 years. General elections in the UK are typically held every 5 years to elect members of Parliament to the House of Commons. Question 48. What is the significance of the Scottish Parliament? A. It handles all legal matters in the UK. B. It is a purely ceremonial body with no real powers. C. It is a devolved legislature with powers over specific areas such as education and health within Scotland. D. It governs both Scotland and Northern Ireland. Answer: C. It is a devolved legislature with powers over specific areas such as education and health within Scotland. The Scottish Parliament, established in 1999, exercises devolved powers in several areas, playing a critical role in the governance of Scotland. Question 49. What is the role of the Mayor of London? A. To represent London in international sports competitions. B. To oversee the London Stock Exchange. C. To govern the City of London, with responsibilities for transport, policing, housing, and the environment. D. To serve as a ceremonial figure without actual powers. Answer: C. To govern the City of London, with responsibilities for transport, policing, housing, and the environment. The Mayor of London has significant powers and responsibilities over key aspects of the city's public services and development. Question 50. What is the minimum legal age for marriage in the UK? A. 16, with parental consent. B. 21, without any exceptions. C. 18, without needing parental consent. D. 25, unless special permissions are granted. Answer: A. 16, with parental consent. In the UK, individuals can marry at 16 with parental consent, though in Scotland, they can marry at 16 without parental consent. Question 51. What is meant by the term constitutional monarchy? A. A system where the king or queen has absolute power. B. A government where the monarchy plays a symbolic role with no real power and political power rests with elected representatives. C. A monarchy where the constitution is written by the monarch. D. A system governed solely by a constitution without a monarch. Answer: B. A government where the monarchy plays a symbolic role with no real power and political power rests with elected representatives. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, meaning the monarch's powers are ceremonial and actual political power is exercised by elected bodies. Question 52. What is the significance of Hadrian's Wall? A. It was built to mark the boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain and to keep out invaders. B. It signifies the division between England and Scotland. C. It was a defensive fortification in the City of London. D. It is a modern structure built for tourism. Answer: A. It was built to mark the boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain and to keep out invaders. Hadrian's Wall was constructed under the orders of Emperor Hadrian in AD 122 to assert Roman control and protect against northern tribes. Question 53. What landmark event happened in 1066? A. The signing of the Magna Carta. B. The end of the Roman Empire. C. The Norman conquest of England. D. The establishment of the UK Parliament. Answer: C. The Norman conquest of England. The year 1066 is most noted for the Norman conquest, where William the Conqueror defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings, significantly impacting the course of English history. Question 54. What are the main sources of law in the UK? A. Only the decisions made by the Prime Minister. B. Legislation, common law, and European Union laws. C. Religious texts. D. Decrees from the monarch only. Answer: B. Legislation, common law, and European Union laws. The UK legal system is based on several sources, including legislation passed by Parliament, common law developed by the courts, and aspects of European Union law that remained incorporated following Brexit. Question 55. Describe the impact of the Viking invasions on Britain. A. They had minimal impact and left no cultural traces. B. The Vikings invaded but were immediately expelled. C. They significantly influenced the culture, language, and administrative systems of Britain. D. They led to the establishment of the British Empire. Answer: C. They significantly influenced the culture, language, and administrative systems of Britain. The Viking invasions beginning in the 8th century had profound effects on Britain, including cultural exchanges and contributions to the English language and administrative practices. Question 56. What freedoms are protected by the Human Rights Act? A. Only the right to vote. B. Freedom of speech, privacy, and freedom from discrimination. C. The right to government employment. D. Freedom to travel internationally without restrictions. Answer: B. Freedom of speech, privacy, and freedom from discrimination. The Human Rights Act protects various fundamental rights and freedoms, including freedom of speech, privacy, and freedom from discrimination, aligning UK law with the European Convention on Human Rights. Question 57. What is the purpose of the jury system in the UK? A. To provide employment to citizens. B. To ensure community participation in the legal process and to determine the guilt or innocence of a defendant in a trial. C. To assist judges in lawmaking. D. to oversee government actions. Answer B. To ensure community participation in the legal process and to determine the guilt or innocence of a defendant in a trial. The jury system is a key component of the UK legal system, providing an impartial panel of citizens to weigh evidence presented in trials and reach a verdict. Question 58. What are the responsibilities of a UK citizen? A. To pay taxes, obey the law, and participate in democratic processes. B. To serve in the military compulsorily. C. To hold public office. D. To vote in all elections, mandatory for all citizens. Answer A. To pay taxes, obey the law, and participate in democratic processes. Responsibilities of UK citizens include paying taxes, obeying the law, and engaging in democratic processes such as voting, which is encouraged though not compulsory. Question 59. What is the significance of the Battle of Britain? A. It was a decisive naval battle in the English Channel. B. It marked the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces during World War II. C. It was a conflict between Britain and France in the 19th century. D. It led directly to the end of World War II. Answer B. It marked the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces during World War II. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was crucial in preventing a German invasion and demonstrated the strength and resilience of the Royal Air Force. Question 60. What are the eligibility requirements for the UK Parliament? A. Any citizen of any age can become a member. B. Candidates must be at least 18 years old, a British citizen, a citizen of a Commonwealth country or the Republic of Ireland. C. Candidates must be members of the House of Lords. D. Only members of the royal family are eligible. Answer B. Candidates must be at least 18 years old, a British citizen, a citizen of a Commonwealth country or the Republic of Ireland. These requirements ensure that candidates have a significant connection to the UK or its territories. Question 61. Who was Emmeline Pankhurst? A. A British queen known for her charitable works. B. A leading figure in the British suffragette movement. C. The first female Prime Minister of the UK. D. An acclaimed British novelist. Answer B. A leading figure in the British suffragette movement. Emmeline Pankhurst was instrumental in the campaign for women's suffrage in the UK, known for her leadership and militant tactics in the early 20th century. Question 62. What major change occurred with the Act of Union 1801? A. It combined the kingdoms of England and Scotland. B. It separated Northern Ireland from the rest of Ireland. C. It joined the kingdoms of Great Britain and Ireland into the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. D. It established the Commonwealth. Answer C. It joined the kingdoms of Great Britain and Ireland into the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. This act was significant in creating a single political entity under the UK, affecting the governance and identities of both Great Britain and Ireland. Question 63. What does the term bicameral mean in the context of the UK Parliament? A. It refers to the two-party political system. B. It describes the two chambers of Parliament, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. C. It indicates a system where every law requires bicentennial review. D. It signifies a dual executive system. Answer B. It describes the two chambers of Parliament, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. The UK Parliament is bicameral, consisting of these two houses, which play different roles in the legislative process. Question 64. What festival is celebrated on the 25th of January in Scotland? A. St. Andrew's Day. B. Burns Night. C. Hogmanay. D. Easter. Answer B. Burns Night. Burns Night is celebrated on the 25th of January in Scotland to honour the poet Robert Burns, featuring traditional Scottish food and readings of his works. Question 65. What does the term balance of powers refer to in the UK government? A. The equal powers of the UK and the EU. B. The distribution of power across the executive, legislature and judiciary to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. C. The power balance between the monarch and parliament. D. The power sharing between the central government and devolved administrations. Answer B. The distribution of power across the executive, legislature and judiciary to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. This principle is fundamental to the UK's constitutional framework, ensuring checks and balances within the government. Question 66. How is the Prime Minister chosen? A. By a direct public vote. B. By appointment of the monarch. C. The leader of the political party that wins the most seats in the House of Commons becomes the Prime Minister. D. Through a lottery system. Answer C. The leader of the political party that wins the most seats in the House of Commons becomes the Prime Minister. This process underscores the parliamentary democratic system, where the public indirectly selects the Prime Minister through general elections. Question 67. What does Remembrance Day commemorate? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. The lives lost in the world wars and other conflicts. D. The birthday of the monarch. Answer C. The lives lost in the world wars and other conflicts. Remembrance Day, observed on the 11th of November, honours the service and sacrifice of the armed forces and civilians in the world wars and subsequent conflicts. Question 68. Who can stand for election as a Member of Parliament, MP? A. Any citizen over the age of 21. B. British citizens over 18 years old and citizens of Commonwealth countries with permission to reside in the UK. C. Only peers in the House of Lords. D. Only individuals born in the UK. Answer B. British citizens over 18 years old and citizens of Commonwealth countries with permission to reside in the UK. These individuals are eligible to run for parliamentary office, reflecting the inclusive political framework of the UK. Question 69. What was the purpose of the Elizabethan Poor Law? A. To establish universities across England. B. To provide aid to the poor through local parishes. C. To increase taxes on the wealthy. D. To banish the poor from cities. Answer B. To provide aid to the poor through local parishes. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 established a system where each parish was responsible for the welfare of its own poor, marking the beginnings of state involvement in social welfare. Question 70. How has British literature influenced the world? A. It has had minimal impact outside of the UK. B. British literature has contributed to global culture, influencing the English language and literary forms worldwide. C. It is recognized only for its historical value. D. British literature is known solely for its entertainment value. Answer B. British literature has contributed to global culture, influencing the English language and literary forms worldwide. Authors like Shakespeare, Dickens, and Rowling have had profound impacts on literature, shaping literary genres and the use of the English language globally. Question 71. What is the significance of Stonehenge? A. It is a modern sculpture garden created in the 20th century. B. It served as a burial site during the Industrial Revolution. C. It is a prehistoric monument believed to have been used for ceremonial purposes. D. It was built as a fortress by the Romans. Answer. C. It is a prehistoric monument believed to have been used for ceremonial purposes. Stonehenge is one of the UK's most famous landmarks, with archaeologists believing it was used for various ceremonial and religious purposes dating back to prehistoric times. Question 72. What are the main functions of local councils in the UK? A. To oversee international relations. B. To legislate on matters of national security. C. To manage local services such as education, transport and planning. D. To handle foreign trade agreements. Answer. C. To manage local services such as education, transport and planning. Local councils in the UK are responsible for the administration of a variety of community and municipal services, ensuring the local needs and governance are adequately addressed. Question 73. What is the role of the Secretary of State for Defence? A. To manage the UK's financial policies. B. To oversee all educational institutions. C. To be responsible for the country's defence and the armed forces. D. To maintain the royal estates. Answer. C. To be responsible for the country's defence and the armed forces. The Secretary of State for Defence is a cabinet position in the UK government tasked with overseeing the defence of the UK, the armed forces, and managing broader military policy. Question 74. How does the UK contribute to international peacekeeping efforts? A. By providing nuclear weapons. B. Through financial contributions only. C. By participating in and supporting international peacekeeping missions. D. The UK does not participate in international peacekeeping. Answer. C. By participating in and supporting international peacekeeping missions. The UK contributes to global peacekeeping efforts by providing troops, resources, and support for missions organised by international bodies such as the United Nations. Question 75. What is the significance of the English Bill of Rights, 1689? A. It established the principles of absolute monarchy. B. It secured the rights of Parliament over the monarchy. C. It declared English as the official language. D. It abolished the feudal system. Answer. B. It secured the rights of Parliament over the monarchy. The English Bill of Rights in 1689 was a crucial document that set out the limits of royal authority and codified the rights of Parliament, further establishing the framework for a constitutional monarchy in Britain. Question 76. How are laws made in the UK? A. Laws are decreed solely by the Queen. B. Laws are proposed and debated in Parliament. If approved, they receive royal assent and become law. C. Laws are made by the Prime Minister alone. D. Laws are voted on in a public referendum. Answer. B. Laws are proposed and debated in Parliament. If approved, they receive royal assent and become law. This process ensures that laws are scrutinised and approved through democratic means before being officially enacted. Question 77. What major event is celebrated with bonfires on November 5th? A. The Queen's birthday. B. The signing of the Magna Carta. C. Guy Fawkes Night, remembering the Gunpowder Plot. D. The coronation of the current monarch. Answer: C. Guy Fawkes Night. Remembering the Gunpowder Plot, November 5th is known as Guy Fawkes Night, celebrated with bonfires and fireworks, commemorating the foiling of the Gunpowder Plot in 1605, an attempt to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 78. Who are the Welsh Assembly, and what is their function? A. A group dedicated to preserving Welsh culture. B. The devolved legislature for Wales, responsible for various aspects of governance. C. A charity organisation based in Wales. D. A historical society focused on Welsh history. Answer: B. The devolved legislature for Wales, responsible for various aspects of governance. The Welsh Assembly, known as the Senedd, has powers over areas such as health, education, and local government in Wales, playing a crucial role in Welsh governance. Question 79. What is the role of the European Convention on Human Rights in UK law? A. It has no influence on UK law. B. It serves as the foundation for the UK's Human Rights Act. C. It is only advisory and not binding. D. It governs economic policies. Answer: B. It serves as the foundation for the UK's Human Rights Act. The European Convention on Human Rights significantly influences UK law, providing a framework for safeguarding human rights that is incorporated into domestic law via the Human Rights Act. Question 80. What major sporting event is held annually between Oxford and Cambridge universities? A. The Premier League. B. The University Challenge. C. The Boat Race. D. Wimbledon. Answer: C. The Boat Race, an annual rowing contest between teams from Oxford and Cambridge universities, known simply as the Boat Race, is a celebrated event in British sporting culture. Question 81. How did the Glorious Revolution affect the British monarchy? A. It eliminated the monarchy. B. It strengthened the absolute power of the monarchy. C. It established a parliamentary democracy. D. It led to the establishment of a constitutional monarchy, limiting the powers of the monarch. Answer: D. It led to the establishment of a constitutional monarchy, limiting the powers of the monarch. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 was a turning point that significantly reduced the powers of the monarchy and laid the groundwork for a constitutional monarchy, where the monarch's powers were curtailed by law and parliamentary authority. Question 82. What is the minimum voting age in the UK? A. 16 years. B. 18 years. C. 21 years. D. 25 years. Answer: B. 18 years. The legal minimum age to vote in general elections and referendums in the UK is 18 years. Question 83. Who was Charles Darwin, and why is he significant? A. A British general in the colonial army. B. A former Prime Minister of the UK. C. The scientist who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection. D. An architect who designed the Houses of Parliament. Answer: C. The scientist who developed the theory of evolution by natural selection. Charles Darwin is globally renowned for his contributions to the science of evolution, which have had a profound impact on biology and our understanding of natural history. Question 84. What is the role of the Bank of England? A. It is primarily a private investment bank. B. It acts as the government's bank and the lender of last resort. C. It only prints currency. D. It regulates all UK banks. Answer: B. It acts as the government's bank and the lender of last resort. The Bank of England serves several key functions, including managing the UK's currency, operating as the government's bank, and regulating the monetary policy. Question 85. Describe the UK's immigration policy. A. It allows unlimited immigration from any country. B. It is based on a points-based system for work visas and emphasizes family reunification and asylum. C. It prohibits any immigrants from entering the country. D. It only allows immigration from former British colonies. Answer: B. It is based on a points-based system for work visas and emphasizes family reunification and asylum. The UK's immigration policy includes a points-based system for economic migrants, alongside provisions for family reunification, refugees and asylum seekers, reflecting its complex approach to managing immigration. Question 86. What is the significance of the Beveridge Report? A. It outlined reforms to address social injustices and laid the foundations for the modern welfare state. B. It proposed the privatization of healthcare. C. It suggested abolishing public education. D. It was a financial audit of government spending. Answer: A. It outlined reforms to address social injustices and laid the foundations for the modern welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published during World War II, was instrumental in shaping post-war social policies, including the creation of the welfare state. Question 87. Who can vote in a referendum in the UK? A. All residents over the age of 16. B. British citizens, Irish citizens, and Commonwealth citizens residing in the UK who are over the age of 18. C. Only members of the House of Lords. D. Tourists and temporary visitors. Answer: B. British citizens, Irish citizens, and Commonwealth citizens residing in the UK who are over the age of 18. This eligibility criteria ensures that those with a substantial and ongoing connection to the UK have a say in matters of national importance decided through referendums. Question 88. What are the reserved powers in the devolution settlements? A. Powers that are retained by the UK Parliament, including defence and foreign affairs. B. Powers exclusively given to devolved governments. C. Powers related to local government only. D. There are no reserved powers. All powers are devolved. Answer: A. Powers that are retained by the UK Parliament, including defence and foreign affairs. In the devolution settlements, certain powers, known as reserved powers, are retained by the central UK Parliament, primarily involving areas that affect the entire country, such as national security. Question 89. How did Britain participate in the abolition of slavery? A. Britain was the last European country to abolish slavery. B. British activists led significant campaigns, and the UK government eventually passed laws to abolish the slave trade and then slavery itself. C. Britain had no involvement in the abolition of slavery. D. Britain only abolished slavery under international pressure. Answer: B. British activists led significant campaigns, and the UK government eventually passed laws to abolish the slave trade and then slavery itself. The UK was a leader in the abolition movement, with the Slave Trade Act of 1807 and the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833 marking major milestones. Question 90. What is the Turing Scheme? A. A law enforcement program in cybersecurity. B. The UK government's post-Brexit international education and training program offering opportunities for UK students to study abroad. C. A financial policy named after Alan Turing. D. a scientific research initiative in artificial intelligence? Answer B. The UK government's post-Brexit international education and training programme offering opportunities for UK students to study abroad. The Turing scheme was introduced to provide global learning opportunities, replacing the UK's participation in the Erasmus Plus programme. Question 91. Describe the impact of Brexit on UK law. A. It had no impact on UK law. B. Brexit required the adaptation and creation of new laws to replace EU legislation in the UK. C. Brexit simplified all legal processes. D. Brexit abolished all previous UK laws. Answer B. Brexit required the adaptation and creation of new laws to replace EU legislation in the UK. The process of leaving the EU meant that the UK had to establish new laws in areas previously covered by EU law, leading to significant legal changes. Question 92. Who is the patron saint of England, and what day is celebrated in his honour? A. Saint Andrew, November 30th. B. Saint David, March 1st. C. Saint George, April 23rd. D. Saint Patrick, March 17th. Answer. C. Saint George, April 23rd. Saint George is the patron saint of England, and his feast day, celebrated on April 23rd, is recognised as a symbol of national identity and heritage in England. Question 93. What are the home nations of the UK? A. Only England and Wales. B. England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. C. The European countries that are home to British expatriates. D. Any country that was once part of the British Empire. Answer. B. England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. These are known as the home nations, referring to the four constituent countries of the United Kingdom. Question 94. What was the main outcome of the Battle of Trafalgar? A. British defeat by French forces. B. A significant British naval victory that established naval supremacy. C. The capture of Napoleon. D. The start of the British Empire. Answer. B. A significant British naval victory that established naval supremacy. The Battle of Trafalgar in 1805 was a pivotal naval conflict in which the British fleet, under Admiral Nelson, defeated the combined French and Spanish fleets, cementing British naval dominance. Question 95. Describe the role of trade unions in the UK. A. To manage trade agreements between countries. B. To provide social and recreational activities for their members. C. To represent workers and negotiate with employers for better terms and conditions of employment. D. To oversee the financial markets. Answer. C. To represent workers and negotiate with employers for better terms and conditions of employment. Trade unions in the UK play a crucial role in advocating for workers' rights, including negotiating wages, working conditions, and other employment terms. Question 96. What are fundamental British geographical features? A. The Alps and the Baltic Sea. B. The Sahara Desert and the Amazon River. C. The River Thames, the Scottish Highlands and the Lake District. D. The Rocky Mountains and the Great Lakes. Answer. C. The River Thames, the Scottish Highlands and the Lake District. These are notable geographical features of the UK, each characterising different parts of the country and contributing to its natural beauty and diversity. Question 97. How does the UK Parliament function? A. Through a series of public debates and referendums. B. It operates under a ceremonial system with no real power. C. By passing legislation, scrutinizing the government, and representing public interests. D. Solely through the actions of the Prime Minister. Answer: C. By passing legislation, scrutinizing the government, and representing public interests. The UK Parliament functions as the supreme legislative body, involving the creation of laws, oversight of government activities, and representation of the electorate. Question 98. What historic event is marked by the flying of the Union Jack? A. The Queen's Coronation Day. B. National holidays and state occasions. C. Only during times of national mourning. D. It is flown every day by law. Answer: B. National holidays and state occasions. The Union Jack or Union flag is traditionally flown on national holidays and during state occasions, symbolizing national unity and pride. Question 99. What is the significance of the Queen's speech? A. It outlines the Queen's personal views on politics. B. It is a daily briefing on the state of the economy. C. It marks the opening of Parliament, outlining the government's agenda for the coming year. D. It is a ceremonial greeting to foreign dignitaries. Answer: C. It marks the opening of Parliament, outlining the government's agenda for the coming year. The Queen's speech is a key event at the state opening of Parliament, where the monarch reads a speech prepared by the government detailing legislative priorities and plans.